Two best friends, both alike in dignity.
Nurturing phantoms and courting the muse.
The hag divines when something must die.
Yes, that was Poog.
But this is huge.
The ego loves to seek,
but never to find. It was Berlant
and Novak
the whole time. Greetings.
Greetings, hello. I'm back in Los Angeles and truly I'm drinking a Harrowing green juice. I'm completely back in the habit.
Last night I got delivered, this is so sad. I got delivered like someone else's shit, you know, from Uber Eats, like their grocery order.
Oh no.
I just took it in like, why do I do this? I was so distracted by trying to get to my order because my order was, you know, a UK based wall charger. Anyway, it's a bag of perishables.
Oh no.
Mostly ice cream.
Mostly ice cream. That's devastating.
I know.
Somebody else's ice cream.
I mean, the one thing I'll say about Uber.
Yeah.
Uber Eats, their system is on point in terms of you say your shit's fucked up.
Yeah, they were fun. They're on top of it.
They're like, here it comes.
Yeah. We're fucking getting this right.
That's
100%.
Like, I would do an ad for that alone because it's the only thing. You're still panicking, thinking they're going to fuck you. And they're not going to believe you. I'm sending like, you know, photos.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're sorry. We've taken the opportunity to refund you already.
These sins. I was trying to think if there's anything from my flight last night, flight from London to LA. It felt, here's what's hard. It's hard when you have an 11-hour flight and you really shouldn't sleep. Well, I felt like this. I felt radical because I read 70 pages of a novel. Can you imagine?
Fantastic.
Was instantly transformed by literature. I watched, I'm actually genuinely forgetting the first movie I watched, which is really haunting me. Oh, I watched Mike Leigh's Hard Truths. And I watched, it's great. And then I watched A Different Man, which I loved. I have something going on really deeply inside me about Sebastian Stan. Because you didn't see The Apprentice, right? Sebastian Stan, who's been working, you know, I'm sure he has a huge career, but he's new on the scene for me. The Apprentice is very much.
I saw The Apprentice when you were
slept on, as they say.
Again, when I saw the film, when you said Apprentice, nothing came to mind.
No, it shouldn't have been called The Apprentice because everyone that I texted, wait, I'm watching The Apprentice, I love it. They go, the TV show? I mean, 10 out of 10 times. I'm not kidding.
I know, including me.
And then I go, no, the film. Yeah, with Jeremy Strong. Jeremy Strong doing an unbelievable performance.
It's great. It's a great Jeremy Strong.
It's a fucking amazing.
Primo Jeremy Strong.
And Sebastian Stan. And then I'm watching A Different Man. I'm going, he is a star, to say of an Oscar-nominated famous actor. But I had the thing happen where I was like, something's happening. Like I'm connecting to his performance on a level that I don't quite understand. Like this is deep.
Oh, A Different Man, right? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's really good. Really, it's just good filmmaking. I just gotta say. So, exciting. And I was texting you. I texted Jacqueline early in the flight because turbulence upon takeoff, which is unusual, like really. And it's that thing where, you know, when you're getting ready to go and you just hear something underneath, it sounds like something's coming loose or there's something, you know, I felt like a little rattling. I was like, guys, and then real turbulence going up. And I was like, well,
were you looking
here
around?
We go. And I did a little looking around, but couldn't see the flight attendants, which I don't like. But then as Jacqueline knows, I was havhaving some debate about, you know, do I fly on this day? Do I fly on that day? And so I thought, I'm like, here it is. Should have left, you know,
no, I know.
Should have left a different day. And I quickly imagined you getting the news. Everyone, she was so torn about which day to leave, you know.
I would never, see, that's hysterical. Because even if that were the case, I would never share that with anyone.
Yeah, totally.
I would never let them have have to.
Isn't it interesting when you've been perceiving your body and your life? Like, okay, living in a different place for a month is really long enough to like kind of adjust to a different reality and feel differently. That suddenly when you're back in your own home, well, and I already have the thing that we've talked about of when you leave, when you go on a trip, something, and then you're like, well, I'm transformed. The old life can no longer, I'm coming back and I'm getting rid of that. I'm shedding stuff. I'm doing a major, you know, I was like, I need to retile this. Like thinking.
While you're away, you were thinking that, or when when I get here,
and I have like the fresh eyes. But I'll just say on my flight, I also texted you because I was having a huge connection with my flight attendant who, Irish woman with so much jewelry on, decked out, loved her. And I could tell we connected instantly because she kept saying Kate. She kept saying my name. And I go, God, you have an amazing memory. And she goes, oh, Kate, when you've been doing it as long as I have. No. She actually didn't say that. But we're in the I crept back to get snacks. And there was little like
from her
fruit and cheese cracker plates.
Wait, clarify. What airline is this happening?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So
these are important.
As listeners might recall, I was flown on United.
Yeah.
Which at first I went, oh cool, I'm fucked. Turns out Polaris is wonderful.
Yeah.
United Polaris.
A pod is a pod.
A pod is a pod. And actually their pods offer a level of privacy that are you sitting down, Delta doesn't have. Because Delta, you know, if you're next to, then you're kind of like, you and your pod mate are sharing an armrest. Which is kind of unbelievable.
Wait, not literally. I mean,
there's like that little desk in between.
Right,
it's a little,
right.
Yeah, but there's anyway.
There's a slight feeling of coworkers.
Yeah. It's a little bit like enough that you still have a sense of the person next to you. Like you lock eyes probably between 3 and 17 times on the plane. I think I didn't even make eye contact with the woman next to me. She was so far. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah,
when it breaks down.
But the woman in front of me got champagne. I just can never drink in the air. It just makes me feel like shit. But really? I have to say, seeing the champagne go in the flute, I went, fuck. And it was actual champagne. I was looking at the label.
That's key for Berlant. Always checking if something's actual champagn. That's huge for you.
I like seeing everyone drinking champagne and having hot fudge sundaes. And,
oh, yeah. Even if you're not.
And, well, no, because I just didn't really, the hot fudge sundae, I think I already said this on a past episode. I'm so sorry. But because she came around with the cart and she goes, hot fudge sundae, and I said, you're not going to believe it, but no. And I said, but I just love to see it. I just love seeing the cart, and gave her a big smile. And she looked at me like, don't do that. And, but my Irish, Kate. And then before the flight, she comes over and goes, I had my headphones on. She starts talking. Oh, sorry, take my headphones off. She goes, I just wanted to say before we land, bye.
No.
Yeah. She's like, just wanted to say bye. I said, oh my God, thank you. You've been great.
I wonder if she's actually just really good at her job. Like
that's all it is. Oh, you mean like she's just,
I mean, you got
she doesn't feel
stripper.
any actual affinity. Yeah, totally. I thought the stripper loved me for sure.
I'm not saying it's definitely true because you are a, national treasure and beloved.
No, there's no way that she, no. Right? I'm not saying that she was like, is that the comedian who crosses her eyes? Like, there's no way. No, it was more just.
I don't mean, I'm not saying that, I'm saying, well, two things. No, I meant your beloved, like, you're a charmer. It's how you make your bread and butter. Okay. Yeah. Or rather, it's your bread and butter is the expression. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going, it's not unreasonable for you to think you had an effect on someone that's unusual, right? You could think that the stripper did fall in love with you because, hey, people fall in love with me.
But
right?
There was no spark. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying that, but then I'm posing the question of, or I'm like,
no, totally.
Because I've seen it, maybe you got to look it up. United, like they have these, yeah, where it's like, it's very disorienting when you're not used to it. Some of the times that I've been in first or something, and hi, almost like, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah, right, yeah.
And it's like, I just wanted to, I don't know, like I just wonder. I wonder.
No,
I'm not trying to take away the magic.
Possible.
I'm actually more excited by the magic of customer service, potentially.
I think we generally did connect, but I think also she's just very good at her fucking job.
I used to start the day violently dehydrated, as you know. I could not bring myself to drink water and still can't. It's just not exciting enough. So I got to do something. It's got to be inspiring. It's got to be interesting. It's got to be hydrating. And that's where AG1 has found its way into my daily rhythm.
These travel packs, they make it easy. You slip them right in, behind the beauty patches, behind the masks, a couple of girls on the road, stirring that in. People go, what's that? Is that AG1? I go, you're damn right it is.
Particularly with travel, I've been traveling a lot, I'm about to be traveling more. Having those individual packets in your bag, you can shake it up on the go. It's just really nice to know. I'm very concerned about getting sick generally, but of course my immune system is at the top of my mind when I'm traveling and working, and AG1 fits perfectly into that program. Listen, when it comes to my health, I want something I can trust, and that's why I choose AG1. With science-backed ingredients and real benefits I can feel, AG1 makes it easy to support overall wellness every day. And that's why we've been partnering with AG1 for so long. And AG1 is offering our subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. Make sure you check out at drinkag1.com/hags to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/hags. And listen, D3K2, that's serious. I'm fully convinced of that. And you're going to get that for free. Anyway, but 2 seats back, there was a man who, as soon as we sit down, I hear huge booming cough. Wet, hideous fucking, was it wet? I don't know. It was somewhere in between. And I look back, there's this guy, he's probably his mid-50s, bright as a fucking Christmas pumpkin. I mean, like beet red from alcoholism, I'm sure, and other things. My anger at him. He is coughing. And I want to say every 17 seconds, like huge booming cough, jarring. Needless to say, he's not wearing a mask, obviously, but also I just became so mad because it's like, you don't even have a lozenge. You know what? Oh, I wanted to ask you, don't you think you can hear when someone's covering their mouth or not?
Totally. Of course you can.
Yeah. So
it's 2 different instruments.
Yeah. He was free coughing. Because also when you're coughing that much, maybe you'll cover a couple that are particularly bad, but then you're just in the, so he's barking like an animal back there, free coughing, beet red. I'm like, you don't have a fucking lozenge? How about this? Get some fucking cough medicine. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Get a cough suppressant. Hello? And then I just was like, I was texting you furiously. I was like, his mommy wife didn't put his little backpack on him with his cough medicine. Like it, meanwhile, Jacqueline, let's tell your story. Oh, because I actually want to see.
I was about to say.
I want to find the text that you sent me. I think I can remember it though. Which was.
I mean, we'll tell it. Here we go, folks.
Well, no, I got a text from Jacqueline.
Yeah,
because I knew she was flying, and the flight was, remind me, London to Dublin. No, Dublin to Amsterdam. What was it?
Oh, wait, was that the beginning of the end? Yeah, I think it was Dublin to Amsterdam.
The beginning of the end. But I get a text from Jacqueline that says, they still have those barf bags in the back of seats at airplanes. Ask me why I know.
I had to go for a dramatic version.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah. So cue off the back of this story is how I encountered that man coughing freely.
And Kate goes to think he's just coughing freely when you made yourself sick trying to minimize your symptoms on a plane, right? Mm-hmm. So, sick in Ireland was rough, man. And
it sucks.
And I'm just, with a tickle in the throat, all of it. I get to a Boots. I'm waiting for them to open. I get everything they've got.
Waiting for a Boots to open. I mean, what time is it?
Outside, freezing my ass off. It was like, it opened at like 9 a.m. or something. I'm like, could it be open at 7? I agree. I go, no 24-hour pharmacies in this town, I guess, whatever. Right. I'm like, so literally you just have to die. You just have to suffer.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm waiting out there freezing my ass off. Finally, I go in and I get 3 different things, as I was telling you, with their names, generics, whatever, but a Sudafed, a guanafenicin, I think that's the one that loosens it, or maybe that's a cough suppressant, I forget, and ibuprofen, whatever. That's what I was trying to do from when back in Cherry Lane performing days when I was sick and I went to an urgent care and the doctor's like, you got to perform. Here are the 4 things. Like, take all these. Don't take NyQuil, DayQuil, whatever. Those don't have all of the dosage in them. Don't take Sudafed PE. That's not even Sudafed. It's just something by the brand Sudafed. Okay.
It's huge.
You got to get the Sudafed behind the counter, blah, blah, blah. Right. So
I need that information.
I was trying to repeat this, right, for myself. I get all this stuff. I get a huge thing of these lozenge candies by Jake's, I think. Now, they had a look on them. To me, looked kind of like, Fisherman's Friend.
Of course.
Which, by the way, is exactly the kind of branding are you kidding with that?
I know,
it's too good.
So,
Fisherman's
so
Friend.
Charming. Yeah.
7. Brutal.
And they had the knowledge not to update it.
Exactly. And the taste, is sort of horrifying. And you go, yeah, this is like what they would have used, whatever. So I look at Jake's, I go, this looks in the realm of that sort of thing. Looks old timey.
I just literally went to a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where Larry's agent or someone hands Julia Louis-Dreyfus a Fisherman's Friend and she's like, oh, I don't like this at all. And she takes it out of her mouth. It's a small detail. It's not even a joke. It's just definitely improvised.
Funny.
Yeah.
I like it because they are strange, but that's the thrill of them. You're like, this tastes exactly like something that someone made on a boat, to save a fisherman.
Yeah.
So I get these and I taste them and I go, oh no. I go, they're mild. They're weak. Okay. They're not the strength I'm looking for.
Yeah.
They're like a lemony candy.
They're not like the Halls kind that's like really kind of.
And even those sometimes are not strong enough for me.
Too sweet. Wow. Okay.
I mean, yeah, the Halls of Medicine, the blue.
Yeah.
And I crunch through them so that the menthol burst happens even faster. That's my preferred method. Anyway, I go, oh no, these are weak. I'm fucked. All right, well, If I just eat them near constantly, that'll keep the throat wet. So that's my move on the plane. I get on. All my symptoms are basically suppressed. I'm there and I'm eating the lozenge, just rapid fire kind of. And I've done the ibuprofen. Okay. And classic, empty stomach, ibuprofen. And I always scoff and laugh. Okay. What are you even talking about? Who can't take a pill? Who would have a pill make them sick, right?
Yeah, totally.
Never understood that. Well, then they come around. Are you ready for this horror on Aer Lingus?
Oh, no.
This shocked me. Okay?
Aer Lingus. Interesting.
Okay. This shocked me. I couldn't believe this. I wake up from a nap. I'm woken up. Okay. I'm sleeping against the window, right? I'm woken up. The drink cart. Do you want a drink? I've got it in my mind that, a hot tea is probably a good idea. I'm not in the mood to drink it. Kind of want to keep sleeping, but I'm like, I should probably do that.
Yeah.
Order it, grab the tea, almost start to close my eyes to like rest with it in my, covered.
Ooh.
$2.50, ma'am.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my.
I go, what?
God.
Okay. I go, what?
Are you?
And then I go hauling, trying to drag my credit card out of the back of my phone wallet.
Oh no.
Is there anything more ugly in this world, okay, than a card floating across, flying through the air in front of two other people's faces to get to there should be no credit card.
They're charging you for tea. I mean, this is.
I barely even wanted it. You know
didn't even want it.
So I
Also,
drink the tea down. Oh yeah.
They should say, would you like to purchase tea?
Yeah.
Exactly. Not, do you want? Would you like to purchase?
I would have noticed. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I drink a couple sips, whatever. And it's well covered in a way that between my legs, kind of secured with my hand resting on top of it, feels pretty secure. But anyway, at some point I'm holding it in a normal way and I start to doze off with it in my hand, right? And I wake to the tea sort of sputtering, over me and, oh God, did I get it on you? No. Okay. It was like this. Did I get it on you? Are you sure? No. Okay. Yeah. It's like, I think it's just on me. I think it's just on me, whatever. They were really nice. These two people next to me. They seemed like friends, maybe traveling and, whatever, not a big deal. However, I go, I got to get this tea down, be done with it. Cause I don't want to fall asleep again with it in my hands and have it spill again on everyone. So I take down the tea. It's just English breakfast type tea. You know what I mean? Down it goes. And I guess the tannins.
Oof. Also the caffeine.
On an empty
Tea's
stomach.
Intense. Rip through on empty. Like, oof.
On top of the ibuprofen, I guess, right? I mean, and I guess I'm sick. I don't know. But it was a cold. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We land. Now everybody knows Jacqueline Novak's lesson. You relax in your seat
until it's your
row. Now, because you can't go anywhere anyway. Never before have I known it more true than the way you can't go anywhere anyway. Because long line ahead, filling the aisle.
You're on the window.
Yeah. I've got the two people next to me. And then behind them in the aisle, everyone's gotten up and filled the aisle behind, right? So I couldn't go backwards. I couldn't go forward. Suddenly, I feel the unmistakable feeling of nausea where you go, wait, is this a wave? Like, and you go, oh no, this is happening.
Yeah.
It's the worst. And I look and I go, there's nowhere to go. It's wild to have to say it to the people to go. I think I go like, I'm so sorry, I'm going to vomit or something, right? I'm pretty sure I'm going to vomit. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm pretty sure I'm going to vomit. Well, first I found the bag, I think. Okay, rifling through. There's no way it's down there. It's down there. It is down there. Pull it out. I'm like, hell yeah. Right. Feel immediate peace because I was already prepared. Okay, it's going to be my purse. Because I don't know if I have thrown up in my purse before, but there've been times where I've decided that's what I'm going to have to do. Like if I'm really car sick or something, it's like, well, I'll throw up in my purse, save their car. Yeah. So I have this moment. I mean, it's just like, it's like when you simply have to there's nothing to do but to tell the people, right? I think I'm going to throw up. And they go, do you want us to get out? Do you want us to get out? We'll get out. And I go, there's nowhere they can go. Like, no, it would require everyone behind us to get back into their seats. It's not happening.
She's gonna blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I take my coat here. I have my coat right here. Also, I'll enact it for dramatic effect. Because this is why having a trench coat is important, I believe, and why it's going to be a huge part of my life. Okay. It needs to be big enough because I often go almost coatless on planes. Because I don't want them to take up room.
Yeah.
You need something. you don't know what for, right? And so I just go, I have my barf bag. Oh, wait. There you go. Just...
Oh my God.
And turn towards the window. Okay.
She's covered her coat over her head, made a tent.
Go, okay, full tent.
Barf tent. Yeah.
Turn my body so they know that even though I'm under the tent, they still know that.
But again, the work that you've done, yeah, to protect the others.
Vomit. I hear almost the sounds of like, you know, that sound when it is your row and the pace quickens, shit's happening. I kind of hear almost the sound of what feels like them like get the fuck out, like get out, go.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
Like not with their voices, but with their bodies, like a respectful, give her space, you know, and they're on their way. Vomit a few times, like mostly liquid, you know, empty stomach, mostly lozenge and liquid, whatever. And the relief now that everyone's gone, you know, undo the thing, everyone's gone from the plane.
Yeah. You emerge.
And I look up and I actually see what I believe is the guy, like,
your seatmate looking back.
Glance back.
Of course.
Glance back to check.
Or as I said to you, don't feel bad. You made their day. Because that's really exciting. The person next to you is barfing on a plane. You're going, well, you wouldn't believe it. She barfed.
It's wild. And I go, I don't know what's wrong with me. I go something like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Or like, I don't know what's wrong, like why I'm so ill or something. It was like, I've been off on the strip. That's all I'll say for now. And then I guess that's when I got to Amsterdam, and it was another 3 days of hell.
I can't believe it.
With Cozy Earth, you can create a space that feels effortlessly luxurious, where serenity and comfort go hand in hand. It's time to upgrade your nights with Cozy Earth's luxuriously soft, temperature-regulating sleep essentials. When you sleep well, you wake up refreshed, recharged, and ready to take on the day. Sleep better with Cozy Earth. Listeners know how much I love my Cozy Earth Silk Comforter. It is one of the finest things that I own. I'm very excited about Cozy Earth's bamboo sheet set. This is currently on its way to me, and I'm losing my mind for it. Some would say it's a way of sleeping like it truly matters, because these are the softest, coolest, most breathable sheets you'll ever own. Make sleep a priority now. Visit CozyEarth.com and use our exclusive code HAGS for up to 40% off Cozy Earth's best-selling sheets, towels, pajamas, and more. That's CozyEarth.com with the code HAGS, H-A-G-S. And if you get a post-purchase survey, tell them you heard about Cozy Earth right here.
Listen, I'll just say it. I think I saw a ghost.
Oh, I forgot.
My second ghost of life. So you'll all know. And listen, I don't know, because what is a ghost, right? It's like, this is all very, you know, was I dreaming? What's weird about it is that I knew I was awake, and I mean, I'll just tell the story.
Let's hear
it.
And
as we all know, I think my first,
the bust.
When I was at the Grand Canyon, the bust of the woman smiling. Her face was very clear to me. I didn't recognize her, but her features were very clear. But a similar thing of like a kind of a transparency.
As I asked you, I go,
that like,
was he transparent?
It's crazy.
Because I'm
okay,
like,
I'll tell you
that's
exactly
all I
what
want to see in this world is a transparent figure.
This is exactly what happened. Again, to be clear, I'm in London in the room that I've been in, that I switched to, that I love. And you wouldn't believe it. I love that room. Okay. So at a town hall, a hotel and apartments in London. So I wake up, no, dead asleep, completely asleep. I've been asleep for, I didn't even check the time, but it'd been hours.
I guess 3:33.
And it was the thing where, I know, probably, I'm on my back, sleeping on my back. My eyes just dart open, and I'm like, oh my God. And I see a figure of a man. I can't see his face, but he's fully dressed, coat, scarf, hat, long coat.
As you said, pea coat earlier to me was just...
My heart is pounding through my chest. And the way my eyes opened, just like boom. And like,
there he is.
I was like, wait, what? And I'm like, aware that I'm awake. I'm aware that I'm in the room. I see the TV behind him. I'm in the room. And it was like, as soon as I'm looking at it, it's disappearing. Like it's dissolving. But I'm awake. My heart is pounding. And then I'm like, oh, I have to pee. And I'm like, too scared to get out of bed. And then eventually I did. And it was that thing where I'm like, is this a dream? But I was fucking awake going, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a dream or that it wasn't some kind of carryover. I don't know, but it was scary. And then my heart was still pounding. I got back into bed and I just basically prayed. I was like, hi, I don't want to see you.
Oh, this was my question. Was this aloud or in your head?
I'm kind of forgetting.
Yeah.
I think it was a little in my head. I was like, I don't want
projecting.
to. Like, I wish you well, but like
in my mind, you
open.
go respectfly. I do not wish to see you. That's
yeah. That's what I said. I think the next day when I got home before bed, I was like, oh no. And the next day what I did, because I was like, I don't want to see it, because I was like, no, don't open the portal. Like I don't. Right. So I talked when I got home after work. I was like, hi, like if you're here, like I don't want to. And then, and then when I was in bed falling asleep, I did like a thing where I just envisioned like a force field around, like a protective thing.
That's what you're supposed to do, man.
And it was good.
Good. Well, there wasn't great energy at the hotel I stayed at in Amsterdam, and history proved good reason why. And I'm still too messed up about it to even talk about it. I just
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll happily talk about it like eventually. Right now, I just like, it literally feels like I can't
Keyword
even.
Nazis. Yeah.
It can't even, and so it's really been crazy. I mean, then I was like, get me back to London. I get back to London. I felt some relief. Now London feels like baseline, because having left London and returned to it.
It's your home now.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, London's baseline. Feels very familiar.
Home away from home.
Then,
Well, I got copious messages about London recommendations. I'm such a snob too. Or people are like, they send me the recs. I'm like, yeah, I know about the River Cafe. Again, I love you all. Thank you. But it's like, no, I love it. You know, I love Brat. I love Braun. Like I know the hits, but I had, listen, I'm going to say
like,
here.
I don't know the hits, and so but I know it's like, I know what you're going for. It's like, you think Kate Berlant's friends didn't get to her with those? Do you know what I mean? Like the assholes she insists on being around,
No, I have my top, my
were
top
they definitely
meals.
For you? Because I put out like, send me your restaurant recs.
Yeah, maybe they were to both of us for sure. No,
I just meant maybe they weren't misunderstood.
Some were in my personal and some were in the Poog, but here are my top 3 London meals. Okay. I had my final night. I had a really exquisite meal at the Little Duck Picklery, or Little Duck at the Picklery.
Nice.
Beautiful meal. Loved the restaurant. Beautiful. But they did the thing, which I love, which my favorite restaurant in Tokyo has, which is the thing where you're kind of seated at a gigantic dining room table and they're essentially cooking like on the table in front of you. But it's not, but they're still, I mean, that sounds like they're right there. It's not, I'm not describing this well, but beautiful environment. I ate an extraordinary amount of food. And the next morning was like, it was actually like, it was like too much. It's kind of, because I can really stuff it, but this was even, and because the server was like, I was going to warn you guys like that you really ordered a lot. I was like, I love that. And then dessert, I'm not even going to go through the dishes. They're fantastic. And also they make, as you can tell in the name, their own pickles. Most amazing sauerkraut I've ever had. They give you a little plate of sauerkraut daikon and like so nice.
Pickled.
Crazy. Everything was just crazy. I had the best crudo, one of the best crudo dishes I've ever had in my life. Okay.
Really?
Ever had in my life. Yeah. Dessert, mint chocolate sorbet that tasted like a handful of spearmint leaves with chocolate. So fresh. Unbelievable lemon. Not a big gelato. I'm not a big sorbet person. I'm like, what's the point? Yeah. This lemon sorbet that was incredible that had fresh lemon juice squeezed over it. It was fucking great. I'm going back in a few weeks. Also, I'm a real bastard with reservations. I had made 2 reservations, had to cancel. I was emailing them. It's me again. I have to cancel again. Right. And then for this reservation, I emailed being like, can I come earlier? Like, I was like, they hate walking in there. I felt scared. They're like, oh, it's you. And then
you're back saying reservations. You've left bookings behind in London.
Oh yeah. Bookings. Yeah. I'm not using the British term. What did I say? Oh, I said courgette. And even that felt. Oh,
you did?
They all get the courgette. Oh, yeah. Because it's there on the menu.
Oh, no, I would too.
Zucchini.
Yeah.
But even that. But, okay, so that was an incredible meal. And then Love Marksman, which is an old pub, had 2 Sunday roasts there. It fucking top to bottom exquisite, beautiful, melted candle, dark wood pub, like really romantic and just fucking delicious food, like really good. Okay. And then I had a nice meal at Manteca, which is Alison Roman's favorite, one of her favorite restaurants. She was the one that pointed me there, although a lot of people have mentioned it. Fantastic kind of, I guess, modern Italian, you might call it. Anyway, that's it. But I wanted everyone to know. Listen, I'm hesitant to say this because but I had a recommendation that's come up a lot. And I want to say that I am willing to go back because the environment is so beautiful that the environment almost overtakes. And I'm sure there's good things there, but
over other things.
I have had 2
not good meals.
Bad.
At the same place?
Not just like disappointing.
Don't say it though.
Okay.
I'm thinking about
it's
it.
a beautiful place.
Think about it. Right. It's
and
interesting.
People, I might say, but it's a very, very talked about London restaurant. Again, beautiful environment. It's not the River Cafe. Just wanted to get out and say that. But I think I sent you a picture of the steak. Had a steak that was, and I'm not exaggerating, inedibly chewy, bizarre, like just so table shaking, like the classic, like.
So it wasn't the fat. I know there were good things there on the edge.
Well, the fat did bother me because the fat was throughout in a way that I find. And again, maybe someone else that finds that fun. But also when a steak knife, you have to saw
through the fat,
like at 7 a.m. and you're working. Yeah. Like you have to work the steak like that. I don't think that's a good sign. And I was with my friend and he's like a meat eater, whatever. I'm like, oh, and he was like, yeah, this is, if both people are on the same page, we've got a problem. The other items were totally nice, but not enough to
make good on the steak.
They were undersalted. I think they were undersalted.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I just, the risk of oversalting,
there's almost no risk in my book.
You can't be serious.
I think I've had a dish oversalted twice in my life. And that was because literally the thing where the salt shaker broke, going into it or something. I've never been to a restaurant and gone, God, once I went to a restaurant and it was oversalted because I like salt so much. I go, this is too fucking salty.
My God.
Once in my life. I've eaten out a lot, folks.
Yeah, we bet. Time for another ad, folks. And let's just say we're talking about a dear and favored topic between me and Kate, online privacy and security. Whether you're working remotely, traveling, or just browsing from your favorite cafe, your data should stay yours. And that's where Surfshark comes in.
Surfshark is a VPN that keeps your internet activity private and secure, protecting you from hackers, trackers, and prying eyes. Plus, it lets you access content from anywhere in the world by changing your virtual location. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Want to stream shows that aren't available in your country?
Sure do.
No problem. I'm about to be in London.
I know.
I need to be able to stream my American shows. Need to bypass restrictions when you travel? Done.
The best part, one account covers unlimited devices, so you can protect your phone, laptop, tablet, whatever it is you use to stay connected. And if you ever need help, their 24/7 customer support has got you covered. That's right, I said 24/7. So why wait? Take control of your online experience today. Head to surfshark.com/hags to sign up and get 4 extra months of Surfshark. Give it a try. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose. Surfshark.com/hags. Oh, look, I'm drinking drinkable skincare. I just noticed.
What is it, Jacqueline? What are you drinking?
Let's see. It's from some juice place I ordered in from. Let's see. It's got, 100% cold pressed carrot, apple, beetroot, lemon, aloe vera, and nothing else. Now, I don't usually lead with that kind of thing, but I ordered
jargon.
3 different juices last night and just feeling it's exactly the reason people run to juice, right? You go, there's a bunch of shit I know I'm not getting. Holy shit. I need it now, straight to the veins.
Yes.
And you just order a bunch. I get the gut one that's like the gingery, whatever. I just got 3 of these things. I'm guzzling them down. But there are no, the problem is, are there any true quick fixes, Kate?
I mean,
you can hope, but, I don't know. I believe I lost faith in almost all solutions.
I still want you to get a drip. I got a drip because again, Jacqueline came down with something. I was feeling it kind of coming. I go, uh-oh.
I actually wanted to discuss this because I've been thinking about this for days. Because I'm I want to set the record straight on this. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Okay. That like you just got sicker than me?
No.
It has something to do with the drip?
No. Well, no. Like it's actually like, it's hard for me to explain. Like, I wonder if I'll be able to explain this. It's like, so I tell you I'm getting sick. Like, I'm like, my nose is running. Oh shit, I'm sick. I know I'm sick. Right. Or
you texted me even a few days before. You're like, I think I'm getting a cold. And I was like, and I felt totally fine. And then the next day I was like, you just feel it. I was like, something.
But that's not what I was. My nose was running is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. What then happened was it became, I'm right behind you. Well, here it comes. Okay. The words were, I'm right behind you. Right. So you just said, and you're the hypochondriac, whatever, not really, but you're the one who I feel off. Okay. Yeah. You might have something, quote, coming on that you're able to then that you successfully warded off with a drip. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you literally go to me, well, you didn't have time to get a drip. That's why you got sick. Okay. So
there's no way I said that.
No, you were working. You go, if only you could have gotten a drip while you were traveling, you couldn't.
No, but what I was saying was you're working and traveling. So like, you're just going to get, I was stuck. I was in one place and I had 2 days off. That's what I meant.
I thought you were saying.
So like I was able to literally stay in bed all day.
You weren't. That's why you're sick. And I'm like, the record is not going down that you conquered the very same illness I had. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I think you had it worse to start.
No, but even worse to start. It could be a different friggin' thing. Like I'm not convinced of your sickness. You know what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I was never sick.
You're telling a very specific narrative, right? You were convinced from the start. I'm right behind you. I think I feel something. Okay. And it's like, and I was mainly worried when I was telling you sick because I had this fear of like, if you then chose to hang out with me and got you sick, you're very like, fuck you for getting me sick to the world. So I didn't want to be one of those.
No. So you would never have been though.
I wanted to warn you.
Yeah. No, and you always have to warn me.
If I had never warned you, maybe you wouldn't have felt anything is what I'm saying. I think you tell very clear, almost stories of certainty around like sickness, right? Like I was right behind Jacqueline. I was on the road right behind her, being carried along in this very, very same viral.
You know what's so embarrassing too is that I said to a couple of my friends because I was working. And again, I think what saved me from I think if I had to be traveling and working like crazy, it would have been bad, but I was able to truly like take a bath, get a drip, and spend like the whole day in bed. To the point that because I hadn't fully turned it into sickness, the drip really revived me. And I was like, oh shit. Yes. But I said to 2 friends, like, because I canceled. Remember, I was spiraling. I was having OCD spiral because I canceled a lunch.
Yeah.
And then I go, no, I would want someone to cancel. If somebody woke up not feeling well, I wouldn't want them to come to suck it up and come to fucking lunch with me. But some people aren't like that. I have friends that are like, whatever. Like, I don't care. I've had friends where I go, hey, I'm like sick.
Right.
And they're like, I don't care. I'm like, really? So
yeah, I know.
But I was like, oh no, should I push through? Is this me being overly babying myself? I was like, I'm not feeling well. My friend who I just was spending a lot of time with is really sick.
And then you're like, I don't know why God spares some of us. I think you said like why sometimes some of us are saved and some.
I think I said like Christ spared me somehow.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, it's one of the great questions with friends or with people in the world where you're talking about interior experiences. You might be using the same language. No clue if they are remotely the same. Like someone can be saying like, I don't know, I think I'm coming down with something. And if you really dug into it, it'd be why, well, my left nostril has been dripping for 2 days, straight. Yeah. And the other one is something's not right.
Something's off. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so it was almost like not allowing you to believe that to hold space that we might have 2 separate illnesses.
Yep. No, I hope I made it clear. I always saw them as different. I always saw that you were doomed, that you had a path, you had a rougher path.
It's so, you're just funny. You're just
my friend who I was with. Yeah. My friend who I was with, who reminded me, and I'm sure I brought this up on Past Poog. He was lightly making fun of me because I was like, he was very sweet. He like was checking on how I was feeling because I was like, I'm going down, whatever.
Oh, right.
And I was like, I'm getting a drip. I feel better. He was like, okay, great. He's of course never done that, as most people. And then he was telling me, or like, I was at his house for dinner on my birthday a couple years ago. And I was in London and it was incredibly hot. And I had developed some kind of heat rash on my arm, something I'd never seen before. And I had a house call doctor's visit And by the way, the doctor came at
his
exaggeration,
house?
9:30 p.m. We're having dinner. We're drinking, like, nice little ding dong, 9:45 or 10:15 at night. Open the door. There's a doctor with a little doctor's case. Comes in. I go into the living room. I sit down with him on the couch. He looks at my arm. He goes, yeah, we call that, there was a charming little British name for it. Like, something cuter than heat rash, but something like that. He goes, yeah, I would just give you, he gives me what I think the equivalent of Tylenol is, and goes on his way. And of course, my friend could not believe, he never made me feel ashamed, but it's like, totally on my birthday, I had, and that is for me, like, that is what I like. Like, that's my birthday gift to myself, is a house call from a doctor to check out my rash.
Of course, MRI for Christmas.
That's what I always wanted. Beg my parents for MRI.
MRI for Christmas. House call for a modest house call for a minor ailment on your birthday. The freedom to call one over to the house. I mean, I'm going through this thing where I go, I'm unwell right now. The cold, it seems to have passed, or at least that part of the cold. Maybe this is all just colds last 2 weeks. Remember I said just adjust to the idea that you have a cold and that it's never going away. But
oh my God.
I felt like it's gone away because I'm not like having a serious runny nose or anything, but I still feel like sick and just not good. And so I'm starting to go, should I go to a doctor? And I just go, I don't know what they're going to be able to do for me. Okay. I go, what are they going to do?
Exactly. Like, I always get into this with my mom when I have a cold or a flu. I'll literally snap at her. God bless her. She'll be like, you should talk to your doctor. I'm like, about what? Yeah, they're going to say, I know. The common cold. I mean, there's just, or, if you have a horrifying, talk to your doctor. Oh no.
A GP? Like, you're going to take back pain. My back hurts. I mean, medicine is just, it is so bad out there.
I will say though, something they have in Britain that you should get, Jacqueline, that I brought back to the States, Sudafed nose spray. Only in the UK. They don't have this shit in LA and America. Well, because probably straight to the brain.
Whatever it is, pseudoephedrine, speed straight up the nose, right?
Yeah, it works. Couple sprays of that.
Careful though, because Afrin, you ever use that?
Sure. They say like no more than 2 days. Where
you put it in you put it in your nose, and this can happen to some people. I've seen it happen to other people too. You spray it in your nose, and all of a sudden there's the most profound burning hell in your nose. Like it's straight acid on a wound.
Fuck. I've never had that. Afrin is.
I'm pretty sure it was Afrin. Because because Afrin
waters.
But Afrin is not, saline, right? It's medicine.
Oh yeah.
The healing water is the only healing water is good old saline spray. Oh, the Arm & Hammer tub.
Naomi does that a lot. I don't know how to do. I'm a little phobic about.
You can't neti.
I've nettied maybe twice in my life, but it's so like vile to me. It freaks me the fuck out. I feel like it's going to come out my eyes.
It can go in, one out.
I just don't like that.
Yeah, but it is like, to me, when you crack it, like when you get it. And
I'm sure.
It's sort of like the simple solution. You're like, it's actually, I don't have to do anything. It really all comes down to, again, classic, poog or whatever. But we have this illusion about what our nose is. I think we're all telling this story that there's up a nose. That we have two hallways going straight up, and another back. Okay, it's back, and it's these turbinates. Okay, but it's these hallways, and they're really quite close to each other, connected easily. It doesn't have to go all the way. It's not like it's going all the way back and around the brain.
Of the body.
As you know, we are big Java heads here on the pod, and we are here to tell you about Spritzy, which is the first coffee company to can a refreshing twist on the classic espresso tonic. It's the world's first cold brew coffee tonic. We wanted to enjoy coffee beyond the morning hours, but existing options were either too hot, overly bitter, excessively sweet, or lacked the refreshing quality we craved.
Finally, something designed for the modern coffee drinker who's craving a midday pick-me-up. Spritzy blends a medium roast brew's rich, bold notes with the bright, effervescent lift of real tonic and full-bodied flavors. Each tonic delivers 115 milligrams of caffeine with only 5 simple ingredients. Yes, Spritzy is here, and there are 3 cold brew coffee tonics: the original coffee tonic, the strawberry dragon fruit, and mandarin pomelo.
Spritzy is offering listeners an exclusive 20% off your purchase offer. Visit www.drinkspritzy.com/hags and use code 00hags20 at checkout.
I just laughed because I looked over and saw that, you know, it finally arrived 16 years later, my daily notes and apostrophe OATS, the oatless morning porridge that I was in a dispute with, you might recall. Curious to try it.
Oh, right.
Something about the packaging is a little scary to me. I'm like, is somebody making this in their back house? Like something about it feels a little, I'm looking, I'm like, this is a little too
like you take the top off,
homemade
there's nothing,
for me.
it's not even sealed.
It's in a plastic sealed, very sealed pouch, but something about it. I know. Something about it's like, huh? And then I got a warning. Someone DM'd me and was like, careful about daily notes. Like, or some, not about the product itself, but some kind of warning. I'm already forgetting. Okay, wait. I want to say a huge announcement, which is that we are being, and this is a huge thing, we are being gifted 2 light phones.
Okay, remind me exactly what they are. Because remember I went down this pathway?
Okay, I have been looking at, interested in, curious about the light phone for years. And this is, I think, this is their most recent model. So this is going to change my life, our lives, if we truly commit. And I am going to do a full, and this might sound pathetic, like that's no time. I'm going to truly commit to a 2-week commitment with it to see, because, and I've read up and a lot of people say like, listen, if you really commit to this, like it has changed my life, but you are detoxing from a smartphone. So what it is, and I want to get this right, but I believe, and obviously I'll go much deeper once they arrive, but this is considered.
You begged, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for your work. Thank you for begging.
Of course. We're also going to be receiving, to some other begging too, we're also going to receive You Beauty sending us their best of.
Okay, best of, because you mentioned something about You Beauty and a lip gloss or something. And I go, but no, I need the other stuff, because I've been interested in You Beauty for years.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've never had any.
So I want to say now, the light phone. So what it is, it fully is functioning as a phone. You can do take calls, receive calls. You can do texts. There's no email. There's no ability to download apps on this thing. It has a phone. I'm sorry. It has directions. So you can fully, because that was one for me. I go, I need fucking directions.
You mean directions, or you mean like Google Maps?
Like
basically?
Google Maps.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's not MapQuest is what I'm saying. I don't need a set of written directions.
It's not MapQuest.
All right.
And also it's huge. Music offers, you can have a calendar, notes, you can have your music on it, directions, you can take photos, and it has an alarm function. So here I'm going to sit here and go, what else do we truly need? Right? I would say the only thing is, oh, sure, I would like to maybe voice recordings, but also whatever. So this thing is...
That's where you get one of these.
Oh yeah, totally. She's holding up a phone recorder. But
I'm holding up my
idea,
Sony.
I mean, this is huge. The idea of having this. So the only thing, and this is what I'm going to figure out, and Dan at Lightphone has been really sweet and great about this. And he said he'd get on the call with me and explain, because he was asking about my carrier and if my phone has a SIM card. So I'm like, what does that mean? Because obviously I was like, here's what the annoyance is. Phone number. Is it a new phone number?
And then
I guess I haven't asked him directly, but I think with his questions, maybe it's suggesting that I could put my SIM card in the Lightphone. I don't know. These are the questions. But then it's like, yeah, email is what you do at home. And hey.
Oh, wait,
and
email's not on it?
No, there's no email.
Right. But text messaging there is.
Yes. Texts, calls, but no email. Needless to say, no social media, no apps.
It's tough,
you can't download.
I mean, my biggest problem is texting.
So you'll still be texting. Yeah.
Or no, it's just like,
but it's less, but it's not the smartphone version of texting. It's less appealing. It's black and white. There's no color on this thing. So it's a very different neurological fixation. And so I'm really ready to really do it. And I think you just tell people like, hey, if you really like this girl I was talking to in London who was enchanted by it. So I haven't had this happen for a minute. It's like I was enchanted by two women, like new friends, where it's a thing where I'm like, what lipstick is that? What is that? What hat is that? What do you do for this? Huh? I want to be like, I was fully little sister. Like that's a woman.
I heard a couple, my
friends had to go here in Paris. Yeah.
I heard a couple from you. A couple of my friend.
She says
something.
to always do this in the morning. Yeah. So, but she was like, I couldn't believe this. She goes, I'm a really bad texter. I cold call, but people know, like if they text me, they're kind of not going to get it. And I was like, unimaginable. So you tell people, hey, you need me? Because I'm sorry to say the fucking obvious, but it's just true. We got to believe if someone has to get a hold of you, they're going to fucking be able to.
It's laughable the way that we think we all need to be like doctors on call who aren't
we're
even
all
on call.
And this is really, yeah. I mean,
if you establish once it's also established with anyone in your life that they know, let's just say you check your email every night at 6 p.m. Okay, whatever. Like, let's just say they know that. Like, no, they're not going to get a response to even a exciting email that's, but they will get one, that night or whatever, or they will get one by tomorrow.
I'm like, email. I'll check my email in the morning and at night. And Lord knows I'm, home in the afternoon. I'll check my fucking. Anyway, I'm really
Instead
excited.
Of being tethered.
And I said to him,
day.
I said to him at Life Phone, I go, I have a tendency to speak hyperbolically, but I truly feel this is the fight for our lives. It's true. And so the Life Phone's coming. I'm just very excited.
No, it is the fight for our lives. Where was I? I was reading something. What was another? It's like, how many different ways do we need to be told this? You know what I mean? But like, it's literally, remember WALL-E, that movie? I know I bring it up sometimes, but like,
I never saw it.
It's just like,
I hear it's fabulous.
These humans on a space station or whatever, they're just like they're floating around basically in these like sofa chairs, like, like plugged into a screen or something, it's just, and it's,
we're there. Yeah, we're there. And there's all this new, I sent you a thing that was like talking about like, it's almost like dementia symptoms that are starting to arise from technology use.
You sent me that twice.
Yes.
I'm not sure
this has been happening.
But it's funny.
This has been happening to me, and this is what's scary. Sending things. Yeah, you already sent that to me. I've been getting that a lot lately. Yeah, I know you already sent this. And I go, oh my God.
Well, the thing about dementia, particularly, just the here it is again. I had a conversation with someone that gave me some insight into the dark side of, I think like there's a lot of where the horror is hiding in plain sight, right? And like, it'll be something like, we all know we're, quote, addicted to our smartphones, right? And that's like the phrase, right? But that actually understates it because it's
vastly understates
it almost sounds like we're saying, I'm addicted to chocolate or something, or I'm addicted to whatever, right? Like any other, it's just another thing, like the vice may change, but it's like something that is designed explicitly with all of the science and the tech available to us to cause a certain reaction in your brain to get you to keep, pulling the thing.
And you can feel it when you're the rat in the cheese maze. I can feel it when I go, I'm rat right now. Totally. I can like feel, it's my like conscious, my intellectual mind knows.
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah,
and that's on a scale of, the biggest, like whoever has the most money hired the best people who know the most about, it's not innocent.
And we're working for free. It's not innocent at all. It's very deliberate. And that's why we also have to, last night I was going hard on myself and there I was fucking scrolling. And thank God I was told, have a little less judgment because of the self-loathing and like the shame. I have tremendous amounts of shame. Yesterday I read a book for an hour and I go, oh my God.
Where have I been?
Anyway, where have I been? I mean, that's so. Well, I need to reclaim my life.
The instant mourning of what almost a reason not to
change,
get healthy,
to
at
improve.
All. Is because how much will you mourn? You find the solution. You have to mourn all of the
crisis.
Yeah. Right.
You have to mourn the time lost.
Horrible.
Okay, great. Well, that's happening. I also have a new tinted sunscreen that I just bought that I put on. And
okay,
I got
but before you get into all that, Kate, I think it's time to wrap up the episode. Well, at least, the public
I can't wait to be back. I can't wait to be back in America with you.
I'll be back soon. There's much more to discuss. Paris bonus episode still to be released. And
I'm sorry, I got to say it, but London, I am coming back to London in a few weeks to do shows. So I'll be at Soho end of April into early May, April 28th into May 6th or something. Look it up.
Yeah, some of them know where to go. Met me there. And then for the rest of us, see you in Act 4. Those joining on the premium subscription, Act 4 Product Corner coming right up.
Here it comes.
Anyway, it's been a great episode. Love you.
Love you.